Not that much volume.
You have wandered far to arrive at the shores.
Okay, so that's Kalandra. Okay, bird.
A hidden realm.
Kalandra's a bird.
I have overseen for longer than time itself.
I mean, Mirror of Kalandra is literally the rarest item in the game, so...
These waters harbor deadly secrets. Rayclast is reflected
Oh.
here. Reassemble it as you see fit.
Wait, did that just like move stuff around?
Distorts reality.
So is this like you customize a little area and go into it? See, I looked up a couple of things, but I didn't look up all of it because I wanted to... Do we fight Kalandra as a boss fight? Whoa. Okay. Also, what was that dome thing? I missed the new gyms. Wait, Trickster rework. Let's go. Oh, it's time to Trickster. Okay, now I'm excited. Okay.
Will you endure?
Okay, well, Trickster, I can play a Trickster. I gotta play a Trickster. Some kind of spellcasting Trickster again. What is this rework? Like, yes please, give me. Too long since I've played Trickster.
In the Kalandra Challenge League, you will travel to the mirrored lake that granted Kalandra her
Turn
powers of
Chris up a
reflection.
little bit.
We want you to experience the story for yourself.
We're gonna have like a bunch of mirror
here.
stuff for this league,
When
though.
you get to explore the league next week, you'll
Everybody
find out
gets a
more about
mirror.
Kalandra and her motivations.
Everybody gets one mirror. That'd be
Your
funny.
experience with Kalandra so far is probably of her coveted mirror, which duplicates items by reflecting them.
Yeah.
The lake itself has the power to reflect entire encounters from elsewhere in Rayclast. As you explore the lake, these reflections emerge from its mirrored surface. Sometimes these reflections are encounters with hordes of monsters. And sometimes you'll encounter extremely powerful foes, reflected from elsewhere in Rayclast.
Wait, is it random?
Often,
That one thing
reflections
looked like you
involve
could
league
build it.
content, such as this encounter with a Harbinger boss. As you play through the league, you'll occasionally encounter a set of columns protruding from the ground, with a mirrored tablet on top.
Reflection of
This
Delirium,
tablet
Chaos,
invites you to
Winter?
construct a custom set of encounters at the
Oh,
Lake
well,
of
yeah.
Kalandra,
Okay, yeah,
offering
so
a
you actually
series of
customize it.
different
Okay, cool.
reflections to place in whatever layout you wish. Each of these reflections
I mean, is
represents an
bosses
encounter
random?
that you must defeat when you next travel to the lake.
Will it be like one boss? What was that? Reflection of Harbingers?
Once you have assigned a reflection to every location on your mirrored tablet, which will take a few areas, you can open a portal to the Lake of Kalandra itself.
Okay. So yeah, you customize
There you
your...
will get to experience these reflections of Rayclast as Kalandra manifests each encounter you have chosen.
We don't see a map here. Is this like a little mini area, or is this actually like a okay-sized map?
But as you push farther out onto the lake-shrouded waters, you will find each encounter to be more difficult, but more rewarding. This difficulty value counts up by 1 for each location away from the entrance the encounter is.
Oh, dude! Synthesis 2.0, let's go! Dude, I love Synthesis,
Players
man.
wanting
This
the
is
best
like,
rewards will try
yeah!
to engineer tablets that have long, windy strings of encounters, reaching
okay.
very high difficulty values by the end. To do this, there are occasional options
Okay,
that
that's
can be
kinda cool.
chosen which allow you to move and swap the entrance, reflections, and water tiles on the tablet.
Ooh.
Additionally, as you
Whoa,
progress
that one's
through the league,
huge.
you'll be able to unlock special abilities that let you manipulate the options you have available on each tablet. If you don't like any of the choices available to you, you can earn the ability to skip picking one entirely. The next ability is even stronger. It lets you re-roll the list of options so that you can immediately pick another one. Finally, you can earn the ability to exile a choice entirely. For the
Okay, I
rest of
really like
tablet,
this.
That choice will no longer appear.
That is huge. Okay.
Once you reach maps, you'll be able to itemize
Now,
your
can you
mirrored
trade?
tablets
Yeah,
so
okay,
that
well,
they
there
don't
we go.
have to be
I was
played
gonna say, can you
immediately.
trade them?
They can be stored for later or traded with other players.
Okay, that's pretty big.
As you visit the Lake of Kalandra to attempt your mirrored tablets, there are many types of rewards you can
I was gonna say,
find.
what's the rewards next?
An encounter that is based on a past league implicitly grants the rewards from that league, but with extra juice so that you're not missing out on bonuses you'd have obtained if your Atlas tree applied to the lake. Other encounters that aren't based on past leagues generally yield a reward chest that rises out of the lake when you complete the encounter. Certain reflections grant you access to a new variation on rare items, exclusive to the Kalandra Challenge League.
Huh.
When you complete the encounter, you'll get access to some reflecting mist, which presents you with a difficult choice.
Whoa.
It generates a rare ring or
Whoa!
an unusual
Oh my
set of
gosh,
mods.
Doriani's
Some are
thing,
very high,
the
and
chess
some are very
piece.
negative, which hurt your
Holy balls. How low can
character.
you
The
go,
items are
dude?
duplicated, with a reflected copy having inverse mods. Negative ones
Oh,
are now positive
wow.
and vice versa.
Dude, like negative,
The
like...
amount that all of these mods are scaled up by is based on the difficulty of the encounter you just completed.
How low?
You may only pick one of these items to keep.
Oh, wow.
It'll often be a tough choice, with each item having its own strong pros and cons.
Doriani's,
Sometimes you'll be
whatever it
offered an item
is.
where the negative mods aren't
What are those?
downsides for your build, and the juiced up positive mods are
Mana,
very effective.
accuracy. Oh, yeah. Strength and life.
There are also some special new
136.
jewelry base types that you can rarely receive from this
Okay, that's
process.
big, dude.
One rare and difficult encounter rewards you with an advanced version of this.
Okay, now that's kind of
It
cool.
allows you to bring
Ah.
your own ring or amulet, distorting and reflecting it with the same process described before. The mods are scaled up in value and some are randomly negated. The
Whoa.
reflected copy has the inverse set of negations. It will
On an
certainly be
amulet? Is this
tempting to
just an
gamble with
amulet?
some of your best jewelry
Yeah,
to
okay,
try
it's
to
just
double the
jewelry.
values that really matter for your
Holy.
build and negate the ones you don't care about.
Oh, 94 lightning res?
If you're very lucky, you may find a
Dude, that
special league
Doriani's
exclusive
thing,
unique
that
ring
chest
at
is
the
going to
league.
be huge this
Kalandra's
league.
touch mirrors the effect of your other ring.
Oh, what?
The Kalandra
You just
Challenge
mirror
League
your
has
ring?
something for everyone. It's an out-of-area combat league where you build
Yeah,
your
okay,
own
everybody
sequences
does
of
get a mirror
encounters.
this league, guys.
It
It's
lets
for
you
your
fully
ring.
dictate your desired level of risk and reward and fully customize what content you play. It
How much
features
is
a
that going to
powerful
cost,
crafting
though?
system,
I wonder what that
valuable
trades
rewards,
for.
and
I wonder what
offers a
that's
glimpse
going to...
into
That's
the
going to be
lore of
crazy.
one of Path of Exile's most iconic characters. We can't wait to play it with you next week.
I mean, it does offer... Ooh,
In every
table of contents.
expansion leading up to Path of Exile.
Okay, yeah,
2's
here's the
release,
big question.
we'll be
What are they gonna
improving
do
Path of Exile's
in-game?
endgame with new content to explore and new ways to customize your endgame experience.
Yeah, so what
In
does
the
this
Lake of
mean?
Kalandra expansion, we're introducing Atlas Memories. They aren't a league feature,
Uber,
they're
Uber,
part
Uber?
of the core game, affecting standard and persisting once the Kalandra League has ended. In maps, you'll very rarely find a memory item, which represents a set of memories that an NPC has about their past. Something special happened to them while exploring maps, and you're able to experience those events for yourself.
So can you trade these?
Let's have a look at a couple of examples. In this Atlas memory, Kirik tells you about the time that
I'm
he
assuming that's
stumbled
tradable.
across a staging ground for a
I don't know if he said
Harbinger
that,
of
but-
Rayquest. Each successive map you play in the sequence has more
Okay,
and
that's
more
crazy.
Harbinger portals and invaders that you must deal with. This is a memory of Nico's, where he entered a sequence of maps that were entirely consumed by permanent breaches, like a Breach Lord's domain. He survived to talk about it, but will you?
Oh, wow. Wait, so this is
Right-click a
like...
memory and apply it to a completed map on your atlas. It'll mark out a series of adjacent maps that the atlas memory will span. When you next
Huh.
talk to the relevant NPC in your hideout, they'll tell you about their recollections and will allow you to start exploring the memory. Each map in the sequence is provided for free by the NPC, and you'll be able
So
to
you don't
roll
even
it
have
like
the
usual before
maps?
running it.
Oh, that's big, dude.
Because these maps
Now-
are memories of the NPC, they are not affected by your
Okay, that's what I was
atlas
just
tree.
gonna... Yeah.
However, the content
okay.
is generally as difficult and rewarding
that makes
as a fully
sense.
specialized atlas tree would cause it to be.
Okay, that if that's true, then that is huge. That is insane. Now you
Each
don't have
successive map in
to...
a sequence gets harder and more rewarding as the memories intensify.
Like, you
While
can
memories are
focus on what you
tradable, they're
want.
also very rare and valuable, so you'll
Yeah,
probably want to complete
tradable,
them
yeah.
yourself if you can.
But this way you can do content that you... If you need to
For
buy
players who love
content,
lore,
then you
Atlas
can do
memories
it.
help expand on the backstory of key NPCs. For players wanting to try out different league mechanics at quite high levels of juice that they haven't specialized their Atlas for, memories let them do this without a bunch of respecking. And for everyone else, Atlas memories are a great way to earn some valuable items, if you're strong enough to complete them. The Lake of Kalandra expansion also contains a new unique map that I'm quite excited about.
Oh!
The
He's
Prime
back!
Minister is back. This boss will
Yeah!
automate him, and more importantly,
Hate
unique
Forge
items
time.
he drops
Okay.
have been
Oh
stolen
man,
will
I
be making
kind
their
of want
return
to.
as the Tower of Ordeals unique
Oh,
map
dude.
in Mythic
Okay.
Kalandra.
Actually, I might be playing now.
This
I
map
love
can be
the Hate
created
Forge
by
stuff.
completing difficult endgame Val content. We have not
I definitely
forgotten
got to
about
play
the
at
rest
least
of
the
Ultimatum
Trickster.
and have a specific plan for how it will return in the future.
I just don't know what kind of
Whenever we're
spellcasting
improving
Trickster I
Path of
want.
Exile's endgame, we take every opportunity we can to add new variations of rewards that you can find. We don't want to say too much about how these are acquired, but in this expansion, it's possible to very rarely find special foil versions of any pinnacle boss unique item. These have the same stats as regular ones, but are certain to be highly prized by collectors or wealthy players wanting to show off. The Lake of Kalandra expansion contains 14 new unique items. In addition to the Kalandra's Touch Ring that is exclusive to the Kalandra Challenge League, we have introduced a new endgame pinnacle boss reward, a supporter unique, the Tower of Ordeals unique map, 6 new Grand Spectrum jewels, and even some leveling
Oh,
uniques.
Grand Spectrum.
The
Oh,
first
that
we're
could be
showing you today
huge.
is Soul Ascension, a pair of gloves designed by Zizaran. They drop from the Uber Elder.
Oh, Soul
Eater is a
Leader,
very
yeah.
powerful buff, but it is usually hard to obtain in boss fights. This
Max.
unique
Oh,
grants
50
you the
souls. I was gonna
ability
say,
to
is there
gain
a
stacks of
maximum?
Soul Eater when you hit a unique enemy, but also makes you lose those stacks if you aren't near one.
Okay.
Ghost Wraith is a leveling unique which allows you to play as an almost pure energy shield character during early parts of the
50
campaign.
chaos.
We'll reveal the other new
50
unique items
alive
in this expansion
converted.
over the
Oh,
next
that's
week.
huge.
Path of Exile has a lot of unique items in its core drop pool, over 700 in fact. We feel that there are two big problems with unique items at the moment. The first is that you find too many, and the second is that they are generally pretty useless when you do.
One C.
Sure, there are some powerful
Like literally,
endgame or build enabling
literally
uniques
that
feel amazing to find,
leveling one is
but the
1C.
majority of unique items found throughout the game are rarely actually useful to you. In the Lake of Kalandra expansion, we have made a lot of changes.
Even the Soul Eater one might be 1C.
We have reduced the overall drop rate of uniques throughout the game and have rebalanced and overhauled over 100 existing unique items, with an emphasis on uniques in the core drop pool, including leveling uniques and some endgame uniques. You're going to find unique items less frequently now, but when you do, they're going to be a lot more punchy. Nyx's Lantern has been completely changed from the
Ooh,
ground.
Battle Mage?
Previously, it was trying to allow you to
Oh,
play
dude, that's a lot of
hybrid
damage.
attacker and spellcaster,
Still
but
the same
it didn't
level,
really
though.
work very well. With the new design, it's a lot more elegant and delivers on this goal by simply granting high damage and the Battle Mage effect, so that your weapon damage is added to
And
your
it's no
spells.
longer socketed, too. That's big. I mean, it's still kind of meh.
Thousand Ribbons is an example of an item where we merely needed to tweak values on the existing
Okay,
mods
hang
to
on.
make
This
it a lot better.
I have to pause.
We
Well,
want mod value
we got
rolls
a
to
few
matter
seconds.
more, and this item now showcases that well.
Decent damage added. Okay, I feel like they're gonna move on. 30 fire from 10, 30. Okay, 30 to resist from. Oh, dude, if you get a well rolled one of these, this is literally just your leveling chest. That's actually
If you
pretty
find
huge.
a high rolled one early on, you're probably not replacing it for a long time.
Especially if you can 6-link it for cheap somehow.
Malachai's Simula was trying to deliver the Blood Mage fantasy by allowing you to spend life to cast your spells. This was meant to be special because the Blood Magic Keystone was far
gonna
away from
6-link
the
one
witch
and divine
starting
it
location
a
on the
lot.
skill tree. Unfortunately, this item wasn't really powerful enough to justify its use. It has now been
I don't know.
overhauled, and alongside Blood Magic, it grants a powerful multiplicative damage
I mean, the
boost.
double for leveling, double damage is pretty huge. Actually, yeah, for spells leveling, yeah, that's pretty huge.
With
But again,
over
that's
100
1C.
uniques
That's
rebalanced
a
in this
1C
way, your play
unique.
experience is now punctuated by quite large bursts of power when you find one. We'll continue to examine the power level and rarity of more unique items in subsequent expansions. The Lake of Kalandra expansion includes 3 new skill gems and 1 new support gem. Alchemist's Mark is a new mark skill. Igniting or poisoning the marked target creates burning or caustic ground underneath them, based on the damage of the strongest ignite or poison on the enemy. The damage of the ground effects also scales with Curse and Mark effect, providing a non-standard way to scale your build's damage.
Ignite,
Hitting the marked target also refills some of your flask charges.
Deadeye,
This new skill
maybe?
opens up an extra source of damage for Ignite or Poison-focused characters, especially for Ignite builds that want an alternative to Flame Surge, or Poison builds that cause fewer, higher damage poisons.
I mean, alternative to Flame Surge, just
This
use
high-level
both.
build uses Flame Blast,
Why not
with
both?
100% of the damage converted to Chaos, to inflict huge poisons on enemies. When Alchemist's Mark is cast on an enemy first, that enemy drops Caustic Ground when it's poisoned, scaled by those big Flame Blast poison hits, melting everything into a puddle. Galvanic Field is a new shock-themed spell.
Ooh,
When
okay, here we
used, you
go.
gain a
Now
buff,
this is what I
granting a
want.
small bonus chance to shock. When you next shock an enemy, the buff is consumed and the enemy becomes energized, repeatedly zapping themselves and nearby targets, a lot like ball lightning.
Yeah. Does it...
If the energized enemy dies, then the energy sits at their location and continues to zap things. Galvanic Field's area of effect and zap damage scale with the strength of the shock on the target. While Galvanic Field is great for any build that shocks, you can even fully build around it, and use a skill with increased shock effectiveness like Arc to shock enemies and kill them with a ball of death.
Lightning Trickster, maybe? I kind of was going to think Freezing
Lightning
Pulse.
Conduit is another new shock-themed spell. A wave propagates out from the target location,
Okay,
causing
that looks
lightning
kind
bolts
of
to
gross.
strike all shocked enemies in a large area. The damage is scaled by the strength of the shock on each enemy. Lightning Conduit cannot itself shock and won't hit non-shocked enemies at all, so the challenge with this skill is to find a way to consistently apply powerful shocks to your targets to make the most of Lightning Conduit's high damage potential and area of effect.
Arc? I mean,
This
that just sounds
ability uses
like
Wave of Conviction to shock enemies,
Blade
before casting
Blast,
Lightning
only
Conduit until they're
Arc,
obliterated.
Lightning Conduit.
For longer fights, it can employ Galvanic Field to create
I mean,
a
I guess
constant
that
source of
works
lightning
too,
damage.
but...
Last but not least, Overcharge support.
Oh,
is a new
dude,
support
actually,
tool
yeah,
that
that
causes
plus
supporter
Vol Arc,
skills to deal
you
less
just
damage,
Vol Arc
but makes
everything
them
and then
effective against
Conduit
strong
the
shocks and
world.
grants them a higher chance to shock.
That would actually be gross.
Overcharge lets many different lightning skills create powerful shocks.
Am I about to
Use
play...
this to take advantage of Shock's large damage multiplier, or to activate Lightning Conduit and Galvanic Field.
Am I literally about to play a Nova, Shock Nova, or
As
Arc
Path of Exile
build?
expands, we often revisit previous leagues,
As a Trickster?
reworking them so they stay relevant and engaging. In Lake of Kalandra, we are targeting 3 such leagues: Arch Nemesis, Beyond, and Harvest.
Okay.
The larger context here is that we've been re-examining what role rare and
I mean,
magic
are they
monsters
going to
have
actually
in Path of
save
Exile.
Beyond? I thought they were going to
The
get rid of it.
introduction of Arch Nemesis modifiers as the monster mod pool prompted quite a lot of discussion about how often you should encounter rare and magic monsters, how difficult they should be to kill, and how rewarding their death should be. Previously,
Fewer,
League content made fights
even
hard by
harder.
spawning a lot of rare monsters. A whole lot. In some cases 6 to 8 times the normal rate of rare monsters.
Yeah, no big deal.
Now that we have better mods available to make fights against rare monsters individually challenging, we have gone through the whole game and normalized the rate that rare monsters are spawned at.
I mean, that was
Some
literally
leagues have
just
quite
one.
large reductions in spawn rate. You won't encounter situations with dozens of rare monsters on screen at once anymore. Alongside this reduction of how many rare monsters you'll face, we have improved their rewards and made sure that they scale with both.
Oh, I
difficulty of the
bet people
encounter
were
and its
complaining
item
about
rarity of the bonuses
Headhunter.
that you have.
Oh no! Get wrecked, Headhunter.
During the campaign, you'll only encounter 1 and
Anybody
2
who's
mod
crying
rare
about
monsters.
Headhunter, get wrecked.
The 2 mod encounters are a bit harder and have better drops. In maps, you'll stop encountering 1 mod rare monsters entirely, and will mostly encounter 2 and 3 mod rare monsters. It'll also be possible to encounter 4 mod rare monsters again. Not only are the innate item drop bonuses scaled up significantly on monsters with many mods, but we have made these challenging encounters rewarding in another way too.
This just looks like the natural progression of
About a
things.
third of
Like,
the more
Headhunter's got to
powerful
dive
Arch
for
Nemesis
Path of
modifiers now
Exile
use a
2.
special reward conversion system. For
Okay.
example, if you defeat a monster with a Corruptor mod, all of its drops become corrupted.
Oh. Okay, that's kind of cool.
The Solaris Touched mod converts all of its item drops to maps.
That could be
Katana
big.
Touch mod will cause the rarity of its drops to be upgraded by 1 tier.
Well, that's like a lot
so
of
magic
uniques then.
becomes rare,
Yeah.
rare becomes unique, and so on. If you're lucky, you can find these conversion modifiers on both the 3rd and 4th mod of a rare monster. This causes them to stack together. So if you kill a 4 mod rare monster with both the
So,
Entangler and Katava Touched mods on it, its heavily juiced drops will also be converted to jewels with their rarity upgraded by a tier. Due to the high
Oh.
amount of inherent item rarity that 4 mod rare monsters have,
Okay, that could
this
be
may result
big.
in several unique jewels dropping.
Okay.
This conversion system is fully
Oh, dude,
compatible with
look
your
at that
item
build.
rarity
Oh
and
my gosh,
quantity
that's-
bonuses, as well as the
uh,
drop bonuses from all other Arch Nemesis mods.
That just looks funny.
Going forward, we want to make sure that a lot more item reward mechanics scale with your character item bonuses. Get your Magic Find characters ready.
I mean, yeah, I was going to say, what is this
As a
third magic
result of
find?
this system, when you do encounter a rare monster with many Arch Nemesis mods, you are well rewarded for the difficult fight.
Whoa. Okay, that's big.
We have also been listening to feedback about the Arch Nemesis
Okay.
mods that can spawn on magic monsters. Too many of them had external visual clarity issues like on-death effects. We have toned these down on magic monsters so that more of them are stat-based bonuses that aren't so spammy. Encounters that spawn a series of magic monsters now make sure to preserve the same arch-nemesis modifiers between the monsters rather than rolling a different one for each monster. This will further help keep the game state understandable in hectic situations. Beyond was introduced in August 2014,
I like it.
initially as a hardcore
This is
only
definitely
challenge league.
easing us
It's 8
toward
years old now and certainly has several
thing.
issues.
Path of Exile 2.
Firstly, the art. Have you ever really taken a close look at a Beyond Demon? It is literally a bandit from Act 2, dunked in red paint.
Nice, nice.
The second issue is its balance. The number of magic and rare monsters spawned is so much higher than the rest of the game.
Another nerf to Headhunter,
All of the
get wrecked.
problems that resulted in before are magnified now that rare monsters are meant to be more difficult.
Also that too,
Beyond
I guess.
also spawns way too many unique bosses, which causes its own set of issues. In Lake of Kalandra, we have given Beyond much more than a fresh coat of paint. The Scourge have taken over the realm of the Beyond Demons. The old bandit Beyond Demons are gone. Summoning monsters from Beyond will now summon Scourge monsters and bosses.
Okay, that's kind of cool. But also, real quick, I am going to pause it here. I will say, I am, the hate on Headhunter or whatever, cool. It's just funny to meme on. But also at the same time, if they are going to kill Headhunter, give us more Mage Bloods. Give us like 3 belts we're going to fight over or something. Like, give us more crazy items that are at end game. Like, I'm all for chase uniques that are like 30 people have build defining uniques that nobody else in the game will have. Like, give stuff like that. Maybe not make certain things too rare, but anything that's super build defining with these kind of, like, I would love to see, 1,000 different chase uniques and maybe 30,000 people in the entire game have them by the end of the league. Like, that would be awesome. Like, I think that would be amazing. Just saying. Anyway.
We have completely rebalanced the rate that Beyond monsters and bosses spawn at so that it's appropriate for modern Path of Exile. The new Beyond monsters can now occasionally drop the Scourge League's tainted currency items that allow you to modify corrupted items.
Okay, cool. So we got... Okay.
We've also completely revamped how harvest crafting works. Rather
We got
than
the
being
Scourge
presented
currency
with a
back.
selection of crafting options that must be used immediately, you now receive itemized tradable life force of the appropriate color.
So, I mean, everything's kind of in the game now. Cool.
This life force can be used later, in your own time, at the Hoarder crafting bench in your hideout. Its crafting options are now priced in terms of this itemized life force currency.
Oh!
Tier 4 bosses are now
Dude.
encountered much more frequently and can drop a key to fight a Shabi. She yields special...
Yeah, this is what I...
that can
Okay,
be
I
used
was
for a
wondering...
specific
I
set of
heard
crafts.
TFT was dead, but that's it.
We have rebalanced all harvest crafts for the new system and have removed a bunch of filler crafts and some ones with deterministic outcomes that were incredibly RNG gated before.
Okay, that's
Some crafts
amazing.
that provided access to exclusive content, like the special offerings to the goddess.
So that's why
have been
TFT's
removed
dead.
because
Let's
these
go,
items
dude.
can now be found in more appropriate
I
locations.
mean, I never
elsewhere
used
in
it
the game.
anyway. Like, forget that.
The result
But-
of these changes is that when you complete a harvest, you aren't presented with 30 crafts, which must
Now,
either
I
be used
guess,
immediately or unsafely
Alva
traded to some player
and
you found on a community Discord server.
Jun need to
It also
be...
means that every bit of life force you receive
fixed.
is going towards a craft that you actually want to use on one of your items, when you're ready to use it. Your interaction with the Sacred Grove is now far simpler as well. Just enter, pick your plots, defeat the monsters, and get on with your mapping.
Yes! That is the
Like
best!
Nemesis
Oh
and
my
Beyond, we've
goodness.
also addressed the
I love
monster
Harvest
composition
now.
of Harvest
I
class,
instantly love
so that
Harvest
it doesn't
now.
contain too many rare monster mods, and so that it is of appropriate difficulty for its rewards. In addition, the rewards for Harvest now scale with map quantity and pack size, incentivizing you to juice your maps. Previously, the crafts you received were not scaled up at all if you played a harder map. Last week, we posted this expansion's character
That's
balance
huge.
manifesto,
That's huge.
which detailed the many changes we're making in Lake of Kalandra. There are plenty more changes, which we will include in the full patch notes that will be posted after this livestream. But on this stream, I'd like to talk about a few specific areas: minion itemization, exalted and divine orbs, and the Trickster ascendancy class. Historically,
and divine?
minion builds have not been particularly reliant on the stats of their items. Most of the power of
I
their
mean,
minions came from
minions
their
are
skill and
OP.
support gems. This led to a few problems. Firstly, it gave them a bit of a free ride compared to most other character builds. And secondly, it meant that it was hard for minion players to actually specialize their character to be really, really good. We want to solve both of these problems in this expansion. Path of Exile is a game about items, and that means that you will now be strongly rewarded for finding items that make
I mean,
your
what does
minions
the
better.
make your character really,
It also
really
means
good
that,
mean? What?
like with other builds, if you find good items, you'll be far more damaging and
Like,
survivable than before.
minion builds are insane.
We described a variety of minion changes in last week's Character Balance Manifesto. Today I want to show you
So
the new base item types we have added. To
Are they
help with
nerfing
minion
minions but
itemization.
buffing it because items they're gonna make scale
We've added
stupid?
a
Okay,
new
what is
ring
this?
base type, the Bone Ring. This ring has implicit minion elemental resistances and can roll minion-related modifiers.
Even higher than normal? Or I guess you don't even. Oh, okay,
We've
yeah,
added
yeah.
level 20 and 50
Do
versions
we have
of the
any kind of
Convoking
minion
wand, called the Calling Wand and Covening Wand,
rolled
respectively.
mods that you could get?
Like
I know
the
you could craft
Convoking
them.
Wand, these new base types can roll minion-related modifiers.
Okay.
Some new minion-related mods have been added to the pool available to these wands, and some existing mods have been adjusted or made more common. We have repurposed the bone-themed spirit shields so that they have minion damage implicit mods rather than spell damage.
I mean, that's
They can
cool, I
also
guess.
roll minion-related mods.
Oh, +1 to all minion gems. That's kind of cool. But is that
Alongside
it?
the stable of existing unique items, there's now quite a lot more base type support for minion characters, and good mods on those base types can stack up to some pretty large bonuses for your minions. I also wanted to
Okay, well, before he gets into this, I really don't see the difference. I'm just saying, I don't see the difference there on the minion stuff at all. Like, so if they're, minions were already ridiculous, first of all, and you could scale them crazy with certain items that you could craft. Just Gazzy TV with his helmets that he does. So I mean, like, I don't know. I don't really see. I mean, now they're more specific, and you're gonna go for those minion specific items, I guess. But it's like, unless the mods are something crazy, I don't get what they mean by your character. So like, I still would like to see a good hybrid. Like, I'm smacking something, but I'm also summoning minions that also do fire damage or something, and you kind of ping pong off of that, and you're strong while your minions are strong. So maybe we get there with like some kind of attacking weapon that also has minion modifiers, or could do both like that. Maybe that's what. Yeah, I'm not necessarily seeing it, but I don't. Yeah, I don't think there was really necessarily a problem there. I mean, maybe they could rebalance it better. Maybe this is just like, yeah, this is for the better of it. Also, this is for our benefit of balancing. And maybe that's it. So if that's it, then fair enough, I guess. But that's the only thing I see it as. I still want a hybrid minion and character build. And then I'm all in. That's actually not, dominating blow.
discuss two of the rarest currency items in Path of Exile, Divine Orbs and Exalted Orbs. These actually have the same drop rate, but Exalted Orbs are worth so much more in trade because there's no easy vendor recipe for them, and because they're consumed when you craft certain meta mods onto items. Out of these two currency items, we would actually prefer the Divine Orb effect to be rarer, so that unique items with good rolls matter more, and so that players can exalt craft their items more frequently.
Oh no! Literally what I said earlier, just divine it! No!
Firstly, we are
find a
changing the
6
cost of
link and
crafting
divine
meta
it!
mods
Oh
so that they
my!
cost Divine Orbs rather than Exalted Orbs.
So,
Secondly, we are changing
are
the
you...
6
Oh
link
no,
vendor
they're
recipe
about
to
to...
grant 20 orbs of fusing rather than a Divine Orb.
Okay, well, fair enough. Ouch.
This change will result in Exalted Orbs being far more available for crafting, and Divine Orbs less available for re-rolling mods on items. It'll certainly be interesting to see what the de facto trade currency becomes next league.
Oh, that's a big economy
Next, I'd like to
shakeup.
talk about the Trickster Ascendancy class.
I mean,
We haven't been happy
I want to
with the state
unpack
of
that
this
a little bit,
Ascendancy
but
class recently.
yeah, there's
While
not
it used
much
to
to
be
say
quite
there.
powerful, we moved its defining feature, Ghost Dance,
Oof.
onto the main passive skill tree.
Oh, I guess I will say this. How are you gonna, like, solo self-found that, though? That's gonna be interesting.
Since then, it has had a
I mean, I guess
confused
it's
identity
the
and
same
hasn't
as
met the
Exalt
core
then, I
level of
guess?
the other
Yeah,
Ascendancy
never mind,
classes.
it's not really...
In this expansion, we have reworked the
That doesn't really
Trickster
change
with
much.
a focus on establishing thematically appropriate defenses and ways to manipulate speed.
Okay.
One step ahead allows the Trickster to
Oh, I guess he's
manipulate
gonna say
time
it.
in an interesting way. Enemies
Oh!
are slower than normal and cannot have their action speed
Oh,
raised
we're a
above the standard,
juggernaut!
such as through an acceleration shrine.
We're a juggernaut!
Conversely, the Trickster is faster by
Yes!
default and cannot have action speed lowered below
Oh!
the standard. effectively making them immune
My
to
body is
effects that
ready.
lower action speeds such as freeze, chill, or temporal chains.
Oh, that is huge.
Spellbreaker ties together spell suppression and energy shield in a powerful
20% spell suppression.
way. Spellbreaker grants some spell suppression
10 when
chance,
you're
which is an effect that reduces damage taken
prevent
from
10
spells.
damage. Full
The
energy
skill
shield.
also
Oh
starts
my
your energy
goodness.
shield recharge half the time you suppress spells.
Dude, that's like with the mastery,
Since
that's
Trickster
like
characters tend to have a high evasion
that's
rating,
ridiculous.
you will be evading some hits and recharging on others, meaning that your energy shield recharge stays active most of the time.
Dude.
Spellbreaker also further
Okay, but that
improves
kind of goes
defenses
against my
by reducing the
Doriani's
damage
thing,
you
unless
take
I
from
can
suppressed
do
spells while on full energy shield.
some good energy shield stuff.
For those that want a different way to recover energy shield, the powerful Soul Drinker notable passive is no longer exclusive to forbidden
unless I
tools
do
from the Uber Searing Exarch and Eater of Worlds.
be
Any
armor.
Trickster
Oh well.
can now allocate this skill.
Wait. What was that? Sorry, I just.
Allocate this skill.
What is this? 2% of damage leeches life, or leeches life. Leeches energy shield. Huge. That's period. I can do that with spellcasters. Dude, that is big. Energy shield, leech effects are not removed when energy shield is filled. Holy crap. We're like a Slayer for energy shield, plus a Juggernaut, plus the energy shield suppress thing. Oh. What is it up to it?
Provides more bonus damage, life, mana, and energy shield on kill for each different type of mastery you have allocated.
Hang on, wait, what is this? More damage for... Oh, 3% more damage for each different type of mastery. Oh. That's a lot of damage.
It reinforces the idea of a Trickster being a jack of all trades, and will lead to interesting decisions when planning your passive trait,
Yeah.
trying to fit in as many different types of masteries as possible.
What about the other stuff, though?
Overall, the new Trickster is intended to be the Shadow's answer to the champion, but faster. He should be an exciting option for players who want to get
And
a lot
the
of evasion,
Juggernaut,
energy shield,
and
recovery
the
out of their Ascendancy class, while still
everything.
being able to melt enemies.
Especially with the nerfs to spell suppression.
Alongside today's
Holy
livestream, we're
shit.
launching 2 new series of supporter packs, the Knight and Rogue packs. Each tier contains the pack's full face value and points, plus several exclusive microtransactions.
Oh, what
These
to
packs are
do?
only available during the Kalandra
And then they just
week and will
showed
leave
the
store
the
forever in
sword.
3 months.
Personally,
Every microtransaction you're about
supporter
to see is
packs, not my
entirely
thing.
cosmetic and does not affect your character's progression or power.
But cool. I'm just stuck on the Trickster now, dude.
The Knight pack series contains 6 exclusive
I wonder if I could start
microtransactions,
theory
including
crafting.
the full Nightmaster armor set. The Etheric Mana Flask
Okay, I
releases
gotta
burst
play
of
a
mana
Trickster.
upon activation,
This
and
is
draws
cool.
in energy from the environment as your mana refills. The Hoarder's Stash is a stash skin that can be used in your hideout. As you place items in the stash, they hover above it until you're finished, before being sucked into storage.
That's funny.
This is the Nightmaster armor set. While wearing its helmet, your actions are periodically duplicated by an ethereal copy of yourself. The Blood-Scouring Cloak absorbs blood as you slay monsters. It tracks your kill streak and cleans itself off when the slaughter ends.
Oh, that's kind of
The
funny.
Ring of
It
the
actually
Victor
tracks the
causes a
kill
podium
streak.
to rise up underneath
That's
you
kind
while
of
you're
that's
standing
pretty
still,
huge for people
elevating
that want to
you
know
above
that.
other players.
But
The Warlord's Lieutenant Portal summons a warrior spirit who will greet you, cheer you on, and commend you on your actions.
you did good. You looted well.
The Rogue Pack series has 6 exclusive microtransactions, including the Rogue Stalker armor set. The Beast of Burden Pit visually carries your items for you, becoming more laden with bags and packs the more full your inventory gets.
Oh wow. Where's the
The
template over
Collector
there?
Serpent Shield
I'm no
covets the
beast
treasure
of
you find.
burden.
Whenever you pick up an item, the serpent darts out to grab it. This is the Rogue Stalker armor set. While wearing its gloves, critical strikes cause blades to appear and slice at your enemies.
Okay, while that's cool, that's just too much. Too much clutter with that effect.
The corpse bloom footprints cause exotic plant growth in your wake.
Kind of
The
same with
plants
that.
especially love corpses and will seek them out and grow in larger patches around them.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
On the other hand, the Undertaker's amulet inters corpses for you, burying them and marking their location with gravestones.
Also a bit much, but kind of funny, actually.
The unstable explosives back attachment is not for the faint of heart. As your life gets lower and lower, it gets closer and closer to exploding.
Oh my goodness. Oh my, what? Okay, that's kind of cool.
And when you die,
That's
your party
amazing.
members will certainly feel it.
Oh, is it just because of the screen shake, though? I mean, that
As I
scream...
mentioned before, these packs are exclusive to the Kalandra League.
Oh,
and will leave
dude.
the store in 3 months. They're available right now at pathofexile.com/purchase.
The Duelist
and
scream, though, is
directly fund
classic.
the ongoing development of Path of Exile 2 and Path of Exile 1 expansions like Lake of Kalandra.
Yeah,
In
that
addition,
scream.
The supporter packs introduced with a Sentinel expansion are leaving the store forever in 1 week. Now's your last chance to purchase them, and we greatly appreciate your support.
Not gonna lie, I've
Speaking of
been
things
seeing
leaving the
streams
store,
with that
the
level up
Carrick's
thing.
Vault Pass
That
for
is
Sentinel
obnoxious
only
to me.
available for the next few days also, and will leave the store forever when the league ends. There's no penalty for purchasing the pass late in the league after you've wrapped up your map completion, so if you're pleased with where you got to in maps and Sentinel and want to lock in your unique skins, it's not too late to buy your pass. Next up, we've got the Q&A with Ziggy D. Once that ends, we'll post the full patch notes for Lake of Kalandra.
Okay,
Over
we can
the
look at
next
the
week,
patch
our
notes.
community team will post teasers for new and revamped unique items, upcoming quality of life improvements, and an announcement for the League launch race event.
Ooh, okay, they're doing a race
On
event,
launch
actually.
weekend, we'll be running another set of Twitch drops.
You know,
and expect to release
if
the new
they're
mystery
gonna
box and Carrick's
consistently
Vault Pass
do
in the days
races,
after launch.
I might have to actually get back to practicing.
Thanks for
and-
joining us and checking out today's reveals. We can't wait to see you in Rayclast on August 19th. We'll begin the Q&A in a few moments.
I don't
so
know.
please
I
your
just got to get
questions
back
ready in chat.
into Path full on. Like, yeah. This has actually got me interested. I know last league I did the hardcore thing. Was talking to Octavian and kind of got talked into doing the hardcore thing a bit. Because I definitely missed the hardcore thing, and then I don't know, just something about it. Probably a little bit of the dying a lot, which I mean that's what I like. I'm a video game masochist, but that was definitely a thing. But which also congrats, shout out Octavian getting a job at GGG. Congrats. He's moved over there now. But yeah, the other than that, as far as the hardcore stuff goes, though, I don't know. There was something about it. Like I don't know if it's, and I kind of want to do another video actually talking about this, but I don't know if I'd call it burnout or I was just playing other stuff because I was big into Tarkov right before it, which is also a game that kicks you in the teeth, and then the hardcore, and it was just like I just drifted back to it. I don't know. There was just not a build I think that I found that I really liked. I was kind of doing the build, but even if I went into softcore right now to try to get the build done, I don't think I would do the Spectral Helix build. That it's just I don't know. I'm searching for a build that I want to play right now. I think is kind of the main thing because I've played pretty much most every build I can, and I feel like I'm getting a little bit of the Path of Exile 2 itis, where I you know, I'm kind of waiting so that I have a bunch of builds, but I don't know if that's necessarily going to be my answer. So I don't know. We'll see. But maybe the Trickster will reignite something with this league. Well, yeah, that's another video to go into that big spiel. Other than that, though, yeah, this looks pretty hype. Definitely gonna do the Trickster. I'm glad to see the Scourge and the Ultimatum stuff coming back. The going through the memories with the end game looks pretty cool. That's actually huge to do content that you just wouldn't normally do and that you don't have your Atlas spec for. So that's really good. So you don't necessarily, since it doesn't gain Atlas bonuses, you don't really have to respec, which I know is one of the complaints from a couple of friends I know. you don't have to respec. You could just go do one of these and you get that content essentially, rather than actually specking into it. So that's actually really big. I think that's huge. Patch notes, I'll do a video if the patch notes have anything. If there's like, I think I could do a TLDR version. I'll do that tomorrow. But I'll probably just go through the patch notes, and if it's cool, then TLDR. If there's nothing too crazy, then I'll just wait and probably stream on League Start. But yeah, I'm actually a lot more hyped and definitely gonna at least check it out the first weekend, and we'll see if it holds me for a week or two. And then the week after that, though, it will be Gundam Battle Alliance. So I don't know if I'm gonna drift away and just disappear off of Path again, but we'll see. We'll see if the Path spark is reignited. Build wise, though, I definitely kind of want to try Ignite with that new support.
Galvanic Field is a new
I definitely want to try some of this
small bonus chance to shock.
shock stuff, especially with the Trickster.
Repeatedly zapping themselves and nearby targets.
I think that could be kind of cool. But like, I would just use ball lightning with that. So I'm really curious to know if that takes place of ball lightning. Maybe, I don't know. And then the other one having damage off of shock effect is kind of cool, whatever that means. So that could be insane. So, like the damage on these could be absolutely disgusting if it's good enough. Like that's the other thing. I gotta wait and see. But I'm definitely gonna try to theory craft a Trickster of some sort, and then maybe do some kind of Ignite build if I can't come up with a casting Trickster though. But yeah. There's also the other one. What is it? The whatever they show here at the end. Where's it at? Whatever the lightsaber, the lightning lightsaber, that thing, that whatever that skill is called. I might try that, but I don't think it's good enough. Like that's definitely not good enough for hardcore. So, but I'm definitely gonna do softcore, I think. But yeah, I think that's about it. That's about it. Now I'm just rambling. So, for those on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, all that usual stuff in the description below, Twitch, Twitter, Discord. But anyway, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Let me know anything in the comments that you thought about the actual league and what you're gonna do, and are you excited, and are you also having some Path of Exile 2 itis or anything like that. But anyway, that'll be it for this, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace.